Well, opening statements in the manslaughter trial of former Minnesota police officer Kim Potter are set to begin this morning. Potter says she meant to reach for her taser, not her gun, when she shot and killed Daunte Wright during a traffic stop earlier this year. Let's talk more about this now with Long Crime Network host and legal analyst Terri Austin for more. Terri, so good to see you.
Great to see you too, Kira. Good morning.
All right. Well, Potter's defense is expected to argue that that shooting was an innocent mistake. We've been talking about this now for months, and that she thought she was using her taser instead of her gun. Let's talk about exactly what will prosecutors try to prove in this case, Terri.
I think the prosecution is going to focus on, yes, this was a mistake, but it was not an innocent mistake. There's no question that it's manslaughter 1 or manslaughter 2. And manslaughter 1 is requiring the fact that that individual caused the death by the reckless use of that firearm. And I think they can show that. And if they can't show that, they're going to go to manslaughter 2, which says she acted with culpable negligence and she had an unreasonable risk of causing death. Either way, it could have been a mistake, but it's not an innocent mistake, Kira. She has to be accountable for her actions. She was trained. She should have known better.
So Potter is charged with first and second degree manslaughter. What kind of bar do those charges set, Terri? And how do the facts of this case apply?
You know, many people have said, the family included, that this was intentional. That's the highest bar. The manslaughter bars are a little bit lower, and it says that she did not go in intending to kill Daunte Wright, that this was something that happened sort of in the heat of the moment. And so she should be accountable because it's something that should not have happened. A pure accident, an innocent mistake is, for instance, if you're driving a car and a child shoots out and you accidentally hit that child. That's an innocent mistake. This is not innocent. She was trained to do this. And in fact, she trained other officers to how to use their taser and their gun. So she should know the difference. They are different colors. They are different weights. She should have paused, taken her time. She's been on the force 27 years. So yes, it's a mistake, but it's not an innocent mistake. She should be held accountable. And I definitely think the prosecution is going to focus on that.
And the 14 members of the jury, only one is black, 2 are Asian, the rest are white. Let's talk about what kind of questions were prospective jurors asked in order to be selected. And of course, we talk about jury selection here because this trial is happening in the same area where the death of George Floyd took place. So this is, it's a part of the talking points.
It is a part of the talking points. And as a matter of fact, it's interesting. We do have 3 people of color, but only one of them is black. And this is the way she identifies. And she's about in her 30s. And she is a teacher and her husband is a truck driver. And the questions that the counsel asked and the judge on all sides, they were asking, listen, what are your views about this police officer and about Black Lives Matter? So I think they wanted to make sure they got that with all the jurors.
You know, before I let you go, Terri, just you brought up an interesting point, and it takes me back to the police cam that was captured that day when Daunte Wright was killed. And it's a tight shot where you see Kim Potter holding her gun right here, pointed at Daunte Wright. And then you see Kim Potter's partner there, and you can see part of the yellow of his taser. And I think, you know, this is an interesting point. It's pretty clear when you look at that picture, there's a difference between the actual gun and the taser. Do you think that we're going to see props in this trial where you're going to see the actual gun, the actual taser, and basically a real live demonstration in front of our eyes to just prove the point, okay, how did this happen? Let's just take a look here and see the clear differences between the two. And you bring up the point, too. She was on the force for more than 2 decades.
That's right. You should be on the prosecution team because I think the prosecution would want to bring those props in to show the difference between a gun. There's a huge difference between a gun and a taser. And in fact, the police are trained to recognize that difference. And she should have known better. She should have taken her time. She should have been cool, calm, and collected. And it might be easy to say in hindsight, and it may be easy for a lay person to say this, but this is their job every single day, to make those types of difficult decisions, to reflect before they pull out a gun or a taser. And I'm sure they're going to bring in props to show the difference. They want that jury to understand there should have been no mistake here. There's a huge difference between those two weapons. One is just supposed to, you know, tase someone and stun them and stop them. The other is using deadly force, or possibly deadly force, and that's exactly what happened here.
All right, Terri Austin, appreciate you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.